Language of Caring helps healthcare organizations achieve an unparalleled patient experience and a culture of caring through exceptional communication.
So now let's say that I've made that expectation very clear to Dorothy, that I want her to introduce herself to all our patients and family members. And I've made my expectations clear to Dorothy, and now I'm going to coach. I'm going to look for excellent examples of when she's done a great job with it, and I'm going to provide feedback. I'm going to coach her to that higher level of performance. Okay. So we're going to use what we call the caring feedback model. And in this model, there are several steps. Again, the first thing is to state your positive purpose, to then talk about the behavior that you observed. Third is to explain what the consequences are again. Have that touch of empathy and, again, suggestion or request or that final expectation that you have. So let's look at the example. You know, Dorothy, I really know that you care, and I want to help you be as effective as you can in showing your caring. And you're caring in introducing yourself to your patients and families. A few minutes ago, I saw you interact with Miss Smith, who came in for her appointment today, and I noticed that you did not introduce yourself. I now have identified that specific behavior. And I just want to remind you that when we talked last week, I shared with you that my new expectation was for you to introduce yourself. And when you don't, it's a problem for Mrs. Smith because she sees so many caregivers in her treatment that she needs to know who she's working with, and she needs to form a connection with you. I realize that might still be difficult because you are busy, and I recognize that. However, in the future, I still expect you to introduce yourself to every patient and family member. And you have options here. So think in terms of how are you going to make that case and state that clearly so that they know with caring and compassion that you have as well, that you're going to do that. And here it is again. So another example for you to think about this. Your purpose, your positive purpose, stating the specific behavior, and then describing the consequences that you're going to be talking about, and then moving to that touch of empathy, moving again to your final request or expectation or suggestion on how you want that to change. To use the caring feedback model to be able to hold an individual accountable for the expectation that you stated clearly. So how do we do this in a positive way? Well, we can do that as well. In just a positive intent. You know, Dorothy, I really want to know that I appreciate you. I noticed that yesterday, or just 5 minutes ago, you introduced yourself to that patient in such a great way, and I wish you could have seen the smile on her face when she knew that her name was Dorothy too. All right? And it had an effect on her because she just felt relaxed. I saw her shoulders drop, and I could see that she just relaxed and her anxiety went down. And I know it's not easy to keep doing that, but I want to tell you that I really thank you because introducing yourself made such a huge difference to that patient. And I want to acknowledge it and thank you. That's what that would sound like. So for you all is to have this opportunity in meetings to practice holding each other accountable. Go back and identify what those normalized behaviors were and begin to address them one by one. Practice together. Distribute the scenario that normalized behavior might occur in. And then have them each, and you as teams, as an organization or as a department or as a leadership team, develop and share how they are going to address that specific normalized behavior so that you can begin to address it in a much more productive way.